All right. Okay. Buttons. What's up, sweetie? You all right? I ain't got the dog behind me. Hi. What you doing? Hi. You being cute? She's on drugs. Her drug dealer arrived and gave her a whole big, several sachets worth of something called gabapentin. Her drug dealer being the delivery guy, the pets. What is it? The vet online drug thing. Yes, you've got some painkillers. She's got some arthritis medication. Hmm. Yes, you do. Hi, everyone. Hi, indeed. Yeah, that's the plan, Bloodshade. That is the plan. Yeah, I don't know if YouTube still does that thing where it shows that you're live on Twitch. Truth be told, I'd be surprised if they still do that, considering Twitch is now a competitor to them. But yeah. In fact, I'd be quite curious to know, do they still do that? Are the people who are watching on YouTube, can they see that I'm live on Twitch? Thank you, Asuda. Thank you very much, Asuda. Hi there, Mezzy. Hi there, indeed. All right. Hang on a minute. Fiddling with buttons. All right. You've never seen that being a thing? It was a thing, Fifi. You used to be able to, again, I don't know if it's gone, but you used to be able to, when you're watching like a YouTube video or whatever on a channel, you could link it to your Twitch and it'd be like, hey, this person is live or whatever. Doesn't seem to be a thing now? Yeah, doesn't surprise me at all. YouTube has a long history of trying to encroach in another platform's space to try and take over their audience share. It was only a matter of time before they started doing it with Twitch. Yeah, they keep doing it with everything. They wanted to be Facebook, so they made Google Plus and they linked it to YouTube. Well, I'm sure people can listen better than I can. They wanted to be TikTok, so they made shorts. They wanted to be Twitch, so they made streaming on fucking YouTube. What is it? Is it YouTube Plus, YouTube Red, YouTube Orange, whatever? There's like they wanted to be Netflix with like they wanted to be like premium shows or whatever. Yeah, they keep doing things to try and premium. That's the one. They wanted to have that little slice of what's it, like a well-made documentaries or whatever. Anyway, right. Hey, sweetie. Yeesh. Ignore this behaviour. This bitch here, everybody. This bitch right here. She, in fact, sorry. Now that I think about it, oh no, fuck it. I was going to link my Twitch thing, my stream in the YouTube video, but it's already linked. Thank you, Quanta. Holy fuck. Thank you very much, Quanta. Thank you for the tier 3. Thank you. So this little bitch over here was refusing to eat her dog food earlier, which meant that I had to go to the shops to get some nice chicken mince. So she had some chicken mince. And she devoured the whole thing. She's a picky little bitch. You're a picky little bitch. She's fine. She's okay. Right. Okay. Texas Wolf wants to know what's the next bullshittery entering the upload schedule. I believe it's called Who Fucking Cares right now. I'm so just tired. I need a break. I'm so tired. I literally collapsed and had a nap this afternoon. I'm just so tired. Yeah. I need a break. I urgently need a break. Otherwise I'm going to have a mental breakdown. Right. Hang on a minute. Oh, shit. Sorry, I've got a glass thing. Right. Okay. Hang on. So, welcome back to Silent Hunter 3. Again, I feel stupidly boring as a live streamer. I just keep going to the same things again. I was having a look at like some different games earlier, going down the Steam database, but nothing grabbed me. So back to Silent Hunter we go. So for those who are not familiar, it is a sub-sim game, and we've just successfully sunk a ship above us. It's no longer above us, it's below us. Nevertheless, it was a very disappointing kill. We're under the water here. Its friend, it's got a small friend there, looking for us. coming straight towards us. It's a little patrol boat. A Royal Navy patrol boat. Yeah, it has no idea we're here. Just trying to sort of cruise around the general location. I presume they don't have depth charges. They're probably just a surface patrol, right? Yeah. Yeah, they've just got machine guns, but there's no roll-off ramp for those. Yeah, they're not depth charges. Really hope they're not depth charges. Yeah, we should be okay. Right. Okay, so... Yeah, Sam, I know. Yeah, nothing grabbed me. That's all I can say. Nothing grabbed me. Right. Hi there, Malric Vane. Hi there indeed, Malric. Right, so we're going to slowly... Head slow. Sorry, as I was saying, so we've just sunk a ship, and it was really disappointing because I was honing in on a target, thinking that it might be a big, juicy, like a worthwhile military target. And to my disappointment, I found... What was it in the end?
Yes, sir. Deploying decoys.
No, don't do that. It was just a shitty, like... An armed trawler. It was nothing. It was really nothing. It was just moving slowly. So I didn't realize it was a small warship. I mean, I did waste a torpedo on it in the end, but yeah, it was a real disappointment. In fact, this whole patrol, we're getting kills, but nothing juicy. Just little itty bitty kills. Right, hang on. Take us out of silent running.
Yes, sir.
Right. Yeah, that patrol boat might be calling for help, of course, so let's just get the fuck out of here. We're off the coast of Northern Ireland right now, so we're going to leave. We're going to head this way. Yeah, we're getting out of here. So turn the boat. How's the batteries right now? Hang on. Batteries are not great. About 1/3 depleted. Okay. Thank you, Aurelius. Thank you very much. Ahead 1/3.
Ahead 1/3.
Right. Lunchbox says, you ran into a hospital ship yesterday, which reminded me of my great aunt who died on the RMS Lusitania. Oh, really? Fuck. Fucking hell. Right. Yes, yesterday, folks, I encountered a hospital ship, but I refused to fire on it. Because I'm not a prick. Alright. Hang on. Just trading out the crew. Give them some rest. What about you guys? Yeah, give you guys some rest. Right. Okay, so we're just going to slowly creep away. Let's go. Warship medium speed and closing. Yeah, we need to leave. We need to leave now. In fact, ahead standard. Get the fuck out of here before we get like an actual decent warship turning up with depth charges. We need to leave. Okay. Do we have our periscopes raised? We do. Please lower them. Hang on. Which one is this? Not sure. Just lower it into the housing. There we go. Night periscope. Attack periscope. Just get them both lowered. There we go. Stay down at... stay down right now. Just take us down to like 40 meters deep.
Yes, sir.
Can I get a ping under the keel, please?
Yes, sir. Depth under keel
77 meters. Okay. Just drive away from this location. Clear all the markers on the map. Okay. Did sailors in World War II have the same honor in the skies mindset that the Air Force had? Abso-fucking-lutely. Very, very famously they did. So, as I keep repeating multiple times on this stream, yeah, so the U-boat war, it would very frequently be the case, all the way up until the Laconia incident. It would very frequently be the case that after sinking a ship, the U-boats would initiate rescue operations. They would, well, obviously they couldn't take any survivors aboard necessarily, but they would make sure that those in the life raft have navigation equipment. They would make sure they had supplies, that they weren't, obviously, if they had water and food. And in some cases, they even started dragging, on the surface, the U-boats would drag the lifeboats back to the coast. Yes, very much so. this whole nonsense about machine gunning survivors or whatever from that American U-boat film. Nope. Okay. Right, so we'll just haul ours out of here as quickly as we can. Yeah, look, we've got 2 ships circling. Okay, warship moving fast and closing. No, sorry, moving away. Alright. So we're making 6 knots underwater right now at a depth of 39 meters. Or should I bitten my tongue? It's quite painful. Thank you, Sir BB. Thank you, ZZ. And thank you, Aurelius. Right, we're creeping along. Let's keep moving. What sort of distance are we from these? About 2.3 kilometers. I feel comfortable getting to about 5 kilometers before we surface. Okay. Thank you, Kushakheim? Thank you very much, Kushakheim. Thank you. Alright. Let's go. Yeah, 5%. Legit, so when it came to the meeting at the family meeting at my aunt's house, I said, if it's indoors and we're stuck indoors, I don't want to go. I'm so sick and tired of going to a big family gathering with a bunch of kids, like my cousins and nephews and shit, and then getting ill for like 3 weeks. Getting down by laryngitis or bronchitis or something. It's so annoying. I'm like, if it has to be outside, if we're sitting outside on sun loungers and not cramped inside the same room, breathing each other's germs. Hang on. Blue Raptor, we have taken out. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 vessels, which is very good. And these are respectable numbers. But again, I want something sexy. These are just regular C2, C3 cargo. I mean, that's very good. Yeah, none of this is to be sneezed at. But I'm looking for, like, something really prestigious. Alright. Let's keep moving away. Right, I'm feeling a bit more confident that we can come up to periscope depth. So bring the U-boat up to periscope depth, up the periscope, and see if there's anything in our immediate vicinity. No, we hit the tanker, Night Elf, but the torpedo didn't detonate. It slid underneath. It clunked off the hull. Alright. Yes, Capistola. Although I do have a visit to the doctor next week, I believe, or is it the week after, for a check of my asthma medication, because I'm on a new inhaler that's shaped like a snail. I don't think it's working out for me. Alright. There we go. Raise the night periscope, please. That's the surface of the water. That's the front of the U-boat. Thank you, Ghost Metal. Thank you very much there, Ghost Metal. Yeah, we could do with these... Yeah, we could do with some calm seas for the sake of reloading. Alright. Okay, yeah. Some patrol... Two little... Okay, 3 patrol vessels. Nothing particularly frightening. Right, just leave. Oxygen is, steadily going down. Okay. So once I'm confident... What is the time? Okay, so it's nightfall. We might be alright surfacing then. It could be... Yeah, we should be alright. Okay. We should surface. Right. Thank you, Timmy. Thank you, Ghost Metal. Here we go.
Yes, sir.
Surface the boat.
New depth, 0 meters.
Let's get out of here. There we go. Right, get out of here. Kick the diesel engines on. Recharge the battery. Yeah. Alright. Is it a dry powder inhaler? Yes, indeed. It's another one. I've had a variation of those for most of my life. Thank you for saying so, Ghost Metal. Yes, I hope people like the latest bullshittery. Thank you as always for your patience, everyone. I must admit, so maybe you think I'm mad in saying this. I'm I'm nervous about it because Peak is very friend sloppy. I don't know what sort of longevity, view-wise, a friend sloppy game has on YouTube like 1 year after its creation. So I was telling my mum earlier, like, this isn't Armour, you know, where it's got a really entrenched community that will not budge. So we'll see. We'll see. And my mum came back and she made the comment, but your backers like it, don't they? And I said, yes, but the backers, so the patrons and the Twitch subscribers, they're kind of self-selecting. They're self-selecting in that regard. They filtered themselves into high likelihood of clicking on the video. Oh, shit. But I was like, how do you convince just random people all you got is a thumbnail? Thank you, Raptor Blade. Thank you very much, Raptor Blade. Okay, so we're moving away. We're making 9 knots on the surface in rough seas.
Current depth 0.
Ship spotted.
Okay, let's get the fuck away. Just make sure we're... Hang on, where's he going? Oh shit, he's coming our way. That is true. We were actually on the direction that they were moving. Okay, back to periscope depth.
Yes, sir. Periscope depth.
Let's not get spotted, and let's just change our course slightly. Yeah, they were heading in this direction. So if they resume their course, I could easily see them, coming our way. Okay. Thank you, Trash Panda. Okay, down we go. Right, down we go. Drive away. Battery is down to 50%. Not good. Okay, is the attack periscope still raised? The night periscope, really? Yes, it is. Alright. No, it is spiders. Yeah. Sorry, Peak is very friend sloppy. Yeah.
Distance, bearing 237, long range.
Alright. It's got all the hallmarks, really. Alright. Yeah, we need to watch out for him. He's the pickle. He's getting closer. Okay, watch out. Yeah, don't get spotted. Right. Friend sloppy, what does it mean? So it's a game that's generally made very, very quickly. So emphasis on getting it done quickly, getting it out the door quickly. Normally they take the form of, say, like 4-player co-op with in-game voice. There's not much emphasis on the tricky elements of development, such as collision detection. So like things slide into each other, and they lean heavy on that sort of cutesy or very simplified graphics as part of their style to sort of hide that fact. There's no Left 4 Dead with sort of months of weeks and months of playtesting to refine the formula. It's quick, get it done, get it out, and then here's the crucial part: get it in front of live streamers. It's basically like YouTube or streamer bait to make them go ha ha ha, like have a bunch of guys run around and cause like funny moments, and then that's it. Just sell it to their audience, parasocial, whatever. Bunch of YouTube videos with thumbnails of people going what, doing the stupid faces, and you're done. In, out, don't care about it after a year. It served its purpose. It's like clickbait. Alright. Yeah, like it's no Space Engineers. You won't be coming back to it 5 years later for another session. Right. So I'm just nervous about this contact. Yeah, so he's close to us, you see, that's the problem. We need to surface, but our battery's getting lower. Well, not really, Hendleton, no, sorry. Anything's fun with your friends because they're your friends. You can make any fucking thing fun. I'd rather have fun with my friends in the really good games than just some piece of shit shat out. Anyway. Okay, are we safe? No. They're too close. They're still way too close. And still closing. They're not following us. They don't know we're here. Hi there, Digby. ZF Digby's in the chat, everyone. Hope you're well. Right. Oh, tell you what happened today. So, sorry that I couldn't stream this morning, folks. The reason for that is that I had a gentleman sticking cameras into my sewer to inspect my poo. That was not the real reason, but we're going to pretend that it is. So what was happening is that a gentleman from a drain survey company, technically I had hired them before, but this was before I owned the building. I hired them, and when I was a prospective buyer, and they stuck these CCTV cameras down the sewer because they're looking for faults. They're looking for things that, as a buyer, I should really worry about. Anyway, so when I did that, unfortunately, the previous homeowner didn't make any effort to sort of, well, clear out any of the drains. Or basically, there was a whole bunch of these like ACO channels, they're called. They're like for rainwater collection. They were all completely blocked. All completely blocked. So their cameras, they couldn't inspect them, and it would cost extra in order to, you know, clear them out. And they were only on site for the day, and I wasn't there to sort of coordinate. Again, I was just a prospective buyer, distant. So they did what they could, but there was a lot that they couldn't see. So I decided to bring them back, like a few years on, to give me another survey. And I was tempted, as the guy. There was another funny thing, like say his name, I don't know, like say his name is Matt. Well, pretend for a minute that my name is Matt. It's not Matt, but just pretend it is. Basically, he turned up and was like, "Hi, I'm Matt." He's like, "Oh, I'm Matt," and we're like, "Hi, Matt." And the whole day was like, "Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Matt." You know, two guys with the same name. Anyway, so he's going about my property with the cameras, and he's sort of poking into the sewer holes and all that. I was tempted, when he got to the toilet part, to maybe start having a poo or something. You know, when the camera goes up the other end of the basin, get the money shot. I was tempted, but decided not to in the end. Be like, hello, Matt. Hello, Matt. Anyway, so, yeah, so the survey was complete, and I got some good news back. So, not a huge amount of damage. There's some cleaning that needs to be done. The main reason I wanted to bring them back is to inspect something called soakaways, which are these rainwater, basically where the rainwater goes. And that we're closer to discovering where they are. But there's some specialist equipment that they can use to find them. Apparently there's something that they put in the ground and it goes beep, beep, beep. And they can sort of follow the beeping to figure out where exactly these things are. Because I've no idea. I didn't make the property. I've no clue where this important structural element is. But more pressingly, they discovered no evidence of rats. I've been hearing some unusual sounds coming from my bathroom recently, and I suspected that rats were getting into the pipework. So that's concerning in a way. I would feel more relieved if they did say, yes, it's rats and we see them, sir. So that means the noise is coming from somewhere else. That's frustrating, because somewhere else could potentially mean the cavity walls. So I've got to keep investigating that. There could be rats in the building's walls, which is I don't know. We'll see. I don't even know what the noise was. I have no idea. It was just a suspicious sound in the bathroom. Maybe my shit is haunted. That's another explanation. Maybe my toilet basin is just haunted. Yes. Yeah, it's the ghost of all of my burritos. Maybe Naughty Ostrich is living under my floor. He did that in Rust. He lived under Tom's fucking base. There he is. He's in the chat. Naughty, are you living under my floor? Somebody here in the background of the live stream. No. Right, are we safe? We need to surface. We can't stay underwater for ages. Okay. Yeah, we're 11 kilometers. It's fine. 11 kilometers distance. Surface the U-boat.
Yes, sir.
Here we go. Thank you for Jal Raven for the tier 3. Holy fucking shit. Thank you for your kindness for Jal Raven. Thank you. Alright. Right, we are in no position to attack anybody. Our batteries are super low. Oxygen is low. Right, here we go. The U-boat is breaching the ocean surface. Get the hatches open, get some air down there. Thank you again for Jal. And thank you Zertle, thank you Valdo, thank you Digby. Alright. So, let's have a look. Chief Engineer. Okay. So batteries are looking pretty bad. We're down to about, well, like 1/4 left, so we're going to have to get those charged, so keep them running. Okay. So we still got... Okay, we've gone through most of our reserves on our 4 reserves. We've got some exterior-mounted torpedoes that we can bring in. So we'll do that, but we need calm waters, or to go underwater to do that, so... No, sorry, that's not true. They're in the exteriors. Yeah, we need calm seas. Okay, at least we still have 2 forward-facing and 1 aft-facing. They're all gas as well, which is wonderful. Okay. A co-op, sorry. How is it going with the solar panels? They're mounted onto the building, but they're not installed yet. They don't go anywhere. So the solar installer is hopefully coming back next week. Alright. Hi there, Murgatroyd. Hi there indeed. Alright. Murgatroyd, where is that name from? Thank you, SD Peppers. Thank you very much, SD Peppers. Right. Okay, keep tracking away at 10 knots on the surface. There we go. Give it a save now that we've escaped the danger. Dog. Hang on. There we go. Is Lulu still listing, or has she stabilised? She's still a bit wonky, I'm afraid, but she's better than she was. Yeah, she's doing her best. She's doing her best. Hang on a second. Right, I'm just having a look. Fuck. Buttons. Pressing buttons. There we go. Right. Thank you, Reaper. Thank you very much, there, Reaper. Are there planes hunting us? Not right now, Snickersman. Oh, hello. Currently, the bad weather is keeping the planes away. Ship spotted to the north. It's just one of those. Yeah, we're leaving. We're just leaving.
Ship spotted. Bearing
Right.
116. Long range.
Yeah, very heavy wind. Okay, so it's 2 in the morning. Murgatroyd says my truck's name, but originally from the Pink Panther, Heavens to Murgatroyd. Ah. So I was curious. I used to work with a gentleman who went by the name Murgatroyd as his nickname. I just thought for a minute. I was like, wait a minute. Okay. Right, tracking on the surface. Batteries. Yeah, battery charges gradually going up. All right. 2 in the morning, keep travelling. Battery reserve is up to 50%. Good, good. 75%. A radio message has been received. Unknown ship has been spotted heading in this direction. What? We have a rough... might be another armed trawler.
Ship spotted. Bearing 210. Long range.
210 long range. 210 long range. Yeah, looks like another warship. Watch out for them. Can we track it? See it barely. Destroyer? Shit. Destroyer. Watch out for them. Moving roughly on 78.7. Thank you, M1. That's very kind of you, M1. Sorry, hang on. Bear with me. So probably that's their course. Fucking avoid them. They might have Azdic. Turn this way immediately. Okay, go into periscope. Well, hang on. How far are they? 14 kilometers. Keep moving. Speed up time. Okay, he's changing his direction. Is he just sweeping? He's not shadowing us, is he? No, he can't see us. We did receive a radio message. What was that radio message? So radio message. Sunk one steamer from dispersed convoy AK-66. Ooh. AK-66. There's a convoy at AK-66. AK, middle of the Atlantic. Yeah. I want to go back and get fuel and fresh torpedoes before we venture out anywhere out there. Okay. Right, tell you what. Our battery's looking much healthier. Give me a ping beneath the keel, please.
Yes, sir. Depth under keel is
85 meters.
85.
Right, take us down. Begin reloading one of our torpedoes if we can.
Yes, sir.
Take us down to 40 meters deep, please. Let's start listening on the hydrophones to see if we can hear anything else. Hopefully a convoy. So the gentleman who turned up today to have a look at the sewer, he's compiling a report. 1 second, I'm quite curious to see. Has he given me the report? No, probably take them a day or so. But yeah, so essentially, as a homeowner, I'm living in continual fear that they're going to find something horrendous, so that it's like, okay, now the entire house needs to get demolished and rebuilt. I'm like, ugh. Yeah. Tell you one thing that was quite funny, though. I was basically telling him that in the garden, there's a small patch of astroturf, so fake grass. And some months ago, I went out to discover this bizarrely spherical hole in it. It's about 2 inches, probably about 2 inches wide. Anyway, he went out and he looked at it because we were looking for the possible location of the soakaway. And he told me something rather funny. He looked at the hole, and I said, "Did rats do that?" And he said, "Maybe." But then he looked at it and said, "It could potentially be a mole." And I went, "Really?" And he went, "Yeah. Because, like, moles will dig dirt, mounds of dirt, of course, but potentially a mole could have tried to breach through astroturf. I don't know. I do have lawns around me. Does one of my neighbors have a mole?" Anyway, so he had a look at the hole. He said it could be rats, but he's not sure. Yeah, he did say that. He did suggest putting a camera down there. He suggested a make of camera. He said leave it there for 48 hours, come back, and it'll definitely tell you what it is. But yeah. Okay, kill the engine.
Yes, sir. I'll stop.
Right, let's go over to... Hang on. Oh, hang on. Hydrophone? Or a bloody hydrophone? There we go. Hydrophone operator? Here we go. Right, what do we hear? That must be the destroyer. So bearing 190. That's got to be the destroyer. That's the thing behind us. Avoid at all costs. So when listening on the hydrophones, the faster the chop, the greater the chance that it's a warship. Chop, 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 chop. If you hear whining, it could potentially be a very high-end warship. Big merchants, they got very slow chop. It's like ka-chong, ka-chong, ka-chong. What's that? Something very distant at bearing 70. It's very quiet, but there's something out there at bearing 70. Thank you, Java Fatal Error. Oh, yeah, 190, ignore him. Okay, where's 70? Something's out there. Maybe if we can get closer, we can figure out what it might be. Bearing 70 is this way. So about 7 degrees-ish. This way. Okay. Let's head in that direction, see if we can figure out what we're looking at. Alright. Start moving this way. Bring up the night periscope, please. There we go. Thank you, Fishy Fish Fry. For those... Ooh. Wait a minute. Oh, it's good. Yeah, we're underwater. Hang on.
Yes, sir.
For those joining the stream, not sure what they're looking at, it's a sub-sim called Silent Hunter 3. It's extremely good, and the download link for the whole thing, mod, game, everything, it's all below. So feel free to download, extract, launch, and have fun. Good luck. Try not to get killed. Alright.
Contact. Warship.
Warship
Bearing
closing.
1,
Yeah,
4,
don't
6,
get sat on by a destroyer. Okay. Bring up the night periscope. Up we go. Speed up the time. There we go. Where is our warship friend? He was on 190, but he's probably moved now. Can we see him? There he is. So which way is he going? I think we're shadowing him now, aren't we? Ooh, holy shit. Thank you, Idiot Pirate, and thank you, Lula Shudigray. Thank you very much, Lula. Or Lulat? Lulats? Thank you, Lulat. Thank you, Fishy Fish. Thank you, Java Fatal Error. Alright. How distant are we from that destroyer? 14 kilometers? Could probably get away with surfacing. Maybe pull away a smidge. You know what? Let him go first. Hang on. Oh, pardon me. Just kill the U-boat.
Yes, sir.
Kill the engine. Yeah, let that destroyer go ahead of us. Where is he? He's on bearing 110. Hang on. There we go. Oop. Bobby, bob, 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 bob. Come on, move ahead of us, please. There we go. Let's let him go first. Okay, how distant is he? 22 kilometers, should be safe. Ahead standard,
Yes,
surface the U-boat, please.
Ahead standard.
Okay, it's going to get brighter now. It's about 30 minutes past 5 local time. Alright. So yeah, also, this morning, I'll tell you what I did. I was having a conversation a few days ago with my elderly neighbour, and she was telling me that the front of her house has a soffit fascia board, like a PVC plastic frame around the edge of the roof, and over time it had gotten quite grotty. It was covered in mould, and it was quite unsightly looking. It was meant to be like a pristine white, but now it had turned like a grimy green. Anyway, she was expressing that it looked horrible, and I suggested that I have this telescopic pole that you can sort of... It's not telescopic, that's the wrong word. Like segments of a pole that sort of strap on, like they sort of... Each one goes into the next one. It's for cleaning gutters, and at the end of it is a brush. And I basically suggested, if you want, I could assemble this pole thing, get like a bucket of soapy water, and try and clean it.
Current depth.
Anyway, this morning I did. I just went over to my neighbour. She was out. I just got like a really, really hot bucket of water. And also got, before that, I got like a sponge with some vinegar on it. Put that up there first, just to try and soften it up a bit. Yeah, it took about 25 minutes-ish. I just sort of scrubbed the thing, scrubbed it nice and clean. Then I used a mop. I mopped what I could, just standing up tall. But then I got some duct tape, and I duct taped this mop onto the end of the telescopic pole, and yeah, gave it a nice clean, so it's all pristine now, and she's very happy. Just doing my part, just trying to be a good neighbour. While I was doing it, however, my mum's boyfriend pulled up in his car because he was looking for a parking space for an appointment that he had somewhere, and he noticed that I was basically in the wrong front garden, and he looked at me and just went, "Have you moved?" I went, "No, I'm Helping my elderly neighbour. It's like, oh. Right. There we go. When did we detect that target? A while ago. Yeah, I should have kept track of that. Sorry. Damn. Never mind. Hi there, Treasazor? Treasazor. This is Silent Hunter 3. It's a sub-sim. We are a U-boat. We're currently off the coast of Ireland, and we're in the Second World War. So it's currently August 24th, 1940. The war rages. Yeah, Germany has gobbled up everything. Yeah, France has fallen. In fact, sorry, what is going on? What's going on? So, timeline. Check my phone. What exactly is happening in the Second World War? So, timeline of World War II, August 1940. Let's have a look. Timeline of the Second World War. Right, August. What's happening right now? So, currently... So, August 24th. So a few days prior, what's happened? So on the 20th of August, Italy announced a blockade of British ports in the Mediterranean. Churchill has given his speech, "Never was so much owed by so many to so few." Delivered at the House of Commons. The Chinese Communists have launched the 100 Regiments Offensive against the Japanese in North China. On the 22nd of August, Germans are now shelling Dover and the nearby coastal areas. So down here, that's Dover. So Germans are shelling Dover and the nearby coastal areas with long-range artillery. So today, the 24th of August, German aircraft mistakenly bomb a church in Cripplegate, accidentally dictating the future shape of the Battle of Britain. So yeah, the Battle of Britain is about to be fully, on. Ah, yes, it's starting. In 2 days from now, London and Berlin are... So Berlin is hit for the first time. So London is getting bombed, but Berlin is hit for the first time. So yeah, the air war, the actual bomber war is beginning. So 30th of August, a few days from now, the bombing of England continues. London is now bombed in retaliation. Thus the beginning of the London Blitz. Okay. So for the rest of the month, the Blitz rages. Luftwaffe attacks on British airfields continue. Attacks on radar installations prove very ineffective. So, 31st of August, 2 Royal Navy destroyers are sunk off the Dutch coast. The Texel disaster. What's that? Sorry. Oh no. Destroyers went into an unmarked minefield. Fuck. 300 people died. Okay. So, just curious. What happened earlier in the month? So, August. Right. Yes, of course. So, the Nazis are planning Operation Sea Lion. That planning started on the 1st of August. That's the famous invasion of Great Britain. So, on the 2nd of August, Charles de Gaulle was sentenced to death in absentia by the French military. So, that's the traitorous French military, the Vichy government. Oh, thank you. Oh, holy shit. Thank you, Infinity21. That's very kind of you, Infinity. Thank you for your generosity, Infinity21. 50 subs. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Infinity. Thank you, Gieberuk Van Zapper, Idiot Pirate, and Lula again. Thank you very much, Infinity. So long as you're sure. That's very kind of you. Okay, hang on. So, August. Right. Okay, so by mid-August, the planned invasion of Britain has been postponed. So the RAF is still functional, along with the Royal Navy. With both elements, without control of the air and the sea, no invasion of Britain could succeed. So on the 17th of August, a few days ago, Hitler declared the blockade of the British Isles. That's what we're doing. Thank you for saying so, sweet. Thank you. All right. On the 19th of August, the Italians would like to know that they're in the war as well. Would like everyone to know. Nobody cares. Okay. Right, so, in short, the Battle of Britain in the skies is raging. Properly raging. Alright. Okay. So let's keep moving this way. We'll dip underwater momentarily to see if we can... Okay, hang on. About half an hour. Right, stop. So it's been a couple of hours since we got that last contact. The weather's still pretty awful, but at least we've got good visibility. Take the U-boat underwater. Take us down to about 40 meters deep. We'll listen on the hydrophones to see if we can figure out what that chopping sound was. Why don't you sail down into the Mediterranean? Post up in Sicily. Probably nicer than the coast of Northern Ireland. Because of Gibraltar. Trying to get into the Mediterranean is fucking suicide. Or suicide adjacent. There is a reason that Great Britain took over this little gap. There is a very, very good fucking reason. Anything that wants to go in and out of the Mediterranean has to go through here. It is an extremely strategically critical piece of real estate. But there's one thing that most people don't know about this little thing. One little thing that most people don't know. Which way is the water going? Because it's not really going both ways, at least not at the same rate. If you're a U-boat, la-di-da-di-da, here you go. You can, for the most part, I think at least, switch off your engines and cruise. But if you try to go the other way, you're fighting it. You have to run your engines loud. No way. You'll never get caught. No way. They'll hear you, easily hear you, and bomb the shit out of you. Yeah. So it's tricky. It's tricky to navigate. You can get intercepted easily. Yeah. Oh, also, U-boats in general, the Mediterranean is very fucking shallow. So don't get caught by a destroyer or you're arse fucked, essentially. Right, what are we doing? We're underwater now. What's our depth? 40 meters. Kill the engine.
Yes, sir. I'll stop.
Hydrophone operator. Right. Relatively shallow. Lula. Hang on. What is the average depth? Let's have a quick Google. Hang on. Sorry, I know I'm turning into one of these streamers that's always on their phone. What is the average depth of the Mediterranean? The average depth of the Mediterranean Sea is approximately 1.5 kilometers. Oh, okay. While often considered a relatively shallow sea compared to oceans, it has a complex, deep basin structure. Okay. Well, I'll tell a lie. I thought it was shallower than that, frankly. Regardless, our U-boat... What's the crush depth of our Type 7? And Type 7 U-boat crush depth. I mean, we're going to be dodging depth charges at 100 meters tops. Okay, crush depth around 250 to 300 meters, although the design depth was closer to 200 meters. Yeah, I'd feel too nervous taking it down to 200. Right. Right, listen carefully. Something out at bearing 98. Hello. That's probably the destroyer. Chop, chop, chop. I mean, it could be it at 9.8. You could have just travelled. Where is 9.8? 90 degrees. Could have done. Maybe. Possibly. I don't know. Does sound like what we were hunting. Okay. Have a quick scoot in this direction. Surface the U-boat. Quick scoot. I'd travel for maybe a couple of hours tops and see if we can get a bit closer. Alright. Up we go. Hi there, Lauritson. And thank you again, Infinity. You're very kind. And thank you, Bugwelly. Up we go. Are there any windows you can look out of? Think about that very carefully. No. There are no windows. We have a periscope. Up we go. Speed up the time. Okay. Pretty rough seas. Up we go. Right. Periscope. What can we see? Right. Oh shit, hang on, sorry. Hi there, 8 Crispy. Hi there indeed. Welcome indeed. You started watching at 9 years old, now you're 17. Ah! You're very welcome. Welcome, 8 Crispy. Hope you're well. Congratulations on being 17. It's all downhill from here. No, I mean, it's all great from here, definitely. Right. Yeah, head standard. Let's go. So travel for a couple of hours, maybe. Let's say about an hour. Yeah, make about, yeah. Then we'll go underwater and see what we can hear. Here we go. Okay. Take us under. There we go. Kill the engine. What do we hear?
I'll stop.
Nom. Sausages. Okay. What do we hear? Thank you, Derheb. Thank you very much, Derheb. Hello. It's much closer. I don't know. Could just be another armed trawler. It's much closer though. It's a bearing 10.
4-0.
Could just be another armed trawler. I could just get fucking excited over nothing again. Bearing 10, 95.8. Yeah, it's in the same direction. Alright. Have a quick scoot in that direction, see what we can see. Right, up we go. Surface the U-boat, ahead standard.
0.
How's the fuel? Fuel is dipping below half.
Long range.
Alright. Up we go. Right. Pop along the surface for a bit. Aha! We've got a sound contact ahead of us. But can we see them? Alright. So night periscope. Bearing 0. Yeah, they're just a fucking... Oh no, hang on. Cargo ship. It might be a valid target. Cargo ship. Not an armed trawler. It's alone. No escorts whatsoever. But is it moving away from us? Probably. Yes, it is. Rough length on it? Yeah, 70 meters. Again, it's another small fry. Moving east, speed slow. If it's moving slow, according to my chart, we might be able to get ahead of it quite quickly. So slow, it's between 2 to 6 knots. That's slow. Okay. So 2 to 6 knots. In 1 hour, it can make a maximum of around 11 kilometers. Okay. So at its current position, 11 kilometers is that, if it kept its current heading. Okay. Fuck it. Let's hunt something. What's the approximate range? That's 5, 6, 10. Yeah, come out to around here. Start moving this way. Shadow it for a bit. Head full.
Yes, sir.
Full speed. Get as much oomph out of those engines as we can. Right. Battery's good. Are we using both screws? We are. Both propellers are spinning. Let's go. So it'll take us 30 minutes to get here, and that's 13 kilometers. Then 40 minutes to get 19 kilometers, 1 hour and 20 minutes to get 34 kilometers. So an hour, it will be here. What's the name of this vessel? This vessel is U-48. Also, some of my crew members are tired, so I'm just going to pull them into their quarters. Just cycle the crew. It's a bit tedious, to be honest. Right. Also get some fresh crew members into the engine room. I could double click, but it's a bit unreliable. There we go. Fresh crew members. Yeah, get some of my officers resting if they need to. Officers of the watch. Get some fresh men up there. I went food shopping today. Nothing big. I just sort of popped out with my backpack. I could take the car, but I need to make excuses not to use the car. Yeah, so it's up a big hill, so I decided to just get a backpack and go for a walk. Good for the heart. Went to the shops, picked up some just bits and bobs really. Shaving foam, like rinse aid for the dishwasher. But again, that chicken for Lulu, so she had something that she definitely wants to eat. Hang on, who can go into the front torpedo bay? You can. Let that man rest. Let that man rest. Yes. Hopefully not. Muick. Yeah, it's hopefully not going to scrape the side of the U-boat against the dock again. Right, where's our target? Where's our quarry? There he is. Yeah, I see him. No idea what he is. Can we get his course plotted? His probable course is probably around 94.4 degrees. Plot that there. 94.4. So that's likely where he's going. And he's probably going to be in that location 1 hour from now. Okay. So it'll take us an hour and 10 minutes to get here. That will put us about 8 kilometers distant. The maximum range of a gas-powered torpedo is 12 kilometers moving slow. So obviously we want to get way closer than that. Alright. Thank you, Alexander. That's very kind of you, Alexander. Thank you. Let's go. Making 15 knots on the surface. We still see our target. Keep moving. 13 knots on the surface. Hi there, Muddy. Yeah, Lulu's doing her best. Sadly, though, she is getting quite old now. She's turning 10 in a few weeks, which for a French bulldog is quite old. It's not nice to think about, but this probably will be the last year that I'll have her, unfortunately. Age is really catching up. She's got arthritis now, and she's slowed down a lot. She's got some pain medication that she's on. Yeah. She gave me one hell of a scare a couple of weekends ago. A midnight trip to the emergency vet because I thought she was having strokes. Turns out she wasn't. She had something called vestibulitis, which is like a loss of balance due to an inner ear infection. But still, it was very frightening. And I wish I could tell you that I put a brave face on it, but I was a mess. I really, really, really didn't. I was not handling it. So it's gonna be a difficult moment this year at some point. So I might have to ask for your forgiveness and your patience. You know, when it eventually happens. But for now, she's happy, she's warm, she's full of food. Yeah, she's good. She's okay. Alright. Porridge says your terrier just turned 18. Oh, God. Nice. Alright. There we go, we still see our target. He's quite chonky and he's bellowing out smoke, you see, so he's quite obvious. Oh no. Oh no. Hang on. My cameras report that there is motion, but there should be no motion. Where is it? Is it a fox? Hang on. I've got security cameras around the building linked to my phone, you see? It's just a cat. Right. Oh, hello. So, cargo ship. I see 2 stacks and a small central. It's only about 7 meters long. So, central stack with a single chimney. I can't see the height of it, though. Attack transport. No, that's 140 meters. So, it's a small ship. Yeah, all the best to you, Muddy. My condolences. Same to you, Mezzy. My condolences. Yeah. She's fine. She's okay. Lulu's fine. She's been enjoying sunbathing in the bungalow that you bought her, so thank you, all of you. She loves to flop down in the sun on the decking. Alright. Okay, speed up the time. Just try to get this done quickly. GLMG. Well, I bought a bungalow in the UK, so the answer is not very. All of it went into the bungalow. So thank you, all of you. Ooh. Right. Thank you, Smoky Panda. That's very kind of you, Smoky. Fucking hell. Thank you for your generosity this evening, folks. Thank you, Smoky Panda, for the tier 3. Visserl for the 5 months. Thank you, Alexander, Captain 2P, and Hep. Right. Yep, chat lives in the shed. That was the deal. They bought me the bungalow, so they get the shed. That is the deal. Alright. So now that how close are we to the target? About 9 kilometers distant. Can we ID them? There they are. So I see relatively stubby. So hang on. 2 cranes, middle superstructure, raised back end. There's too many cranes. Could be. Coastal merchant. That's the right size. Could be. Put a pin in that. No, we need to get closer to see the crane. It's not an Empire type. No, it's too big. Small cargo, could be. 2 cranes. Yeah, we need to get a bit closer. Right. So cruise on in. Go. Get into its path and prepare to submerge and fire a torpedo. Oh, damn it. It might have... Is it? No, it has... It's not taking evasive action. It's simply changed its course. Heading in towards Ireland. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's likely new course. We need to adjust ours accordingly. So, torpedo... hopefully in that general region. Let's go, change our course, shadow it quickly. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Right. Oh, really, the Kazakh? I've never tried that expansion. The whole Psycaster thing. Go as quickly as we can. Just trying to get ahead of it. Set up an ambush on it. Yeah, well, forgive me, Monkey Lumps, but I don't think most of those DLCs for RimWorld... It's not me saying that they're necessarily bad, but they're not really how I see RimWorld. Someone made an observation that I sort of agree with. It's like someone has made completely different games just using RimWorld's assets. Speaking mostly about like the SCP-themed one or whatever. But yeah, that's not really how I see my RimWorld. I like that central premise. Trapped on this western sort of Americana twang planet. You can't go anywhere. You're trapped. Make the best of it. Hey, sausage. Hi. Yay. Oh, dear. Right. So, yep. Head on in. 10 minutes until we reach this destination. Before we submerge, let's try and get as much information as we can on the target. So, where are they? There they are. Okay, so we're a bit closer now. Yeah, not really close enough to tell. Could be a small cargo. No, actually, now that I look at it, its stack is quite shorter than I expected. It could be a coastal merchant. Coastal... No, we're still too far away. We'll get closer, it's fine. We'll get closer, we'll plot it, we'll identify it, put a torpedo into it. Oh, look, the seas. Are they calmer? Maybe not. Right. Will I be trying the new Subnautica? I don't know. Depends if it's any good, Bean. I really enjoyed the first Subnautica, frankly. I very much enjoyed it. But I don't think it's... I know that it feels like almost like a contrarian's take. But I don't think the sequel has perhaps grasped what made it so good. We'll see, we'll see. It's got that sort of Robinson Crusoe element. You're alone with little more than ghosts on a world that doesn't despise you, it's like a death world. It's indifferent to your survival. And you arrive in Subnautica frightened and jumping at every single shadow, the world of 4546B, but gradually as you explore and you learn more about it, it's not about glowy aliens. It's about learning about an ecosystem and sort of understanding how it works and eventually respecting it. And by the time you get to the end of the game, despite the horror that you experienced when you first arrived, despite sifting through the logs of the dead and the dying, it was a planet that was surprisingly hard to leave behind. There was a magic to it. Yeah, like a quiet respect, I suppose, for it. Right, get ready to go underwater. How close are we? Yeah, they'll spot us soon. Right, let's go. Submerge. Periscope depth immediately. Here we go. Please.
Yes, sir. Periscope ahead.
Did I play Below Zero? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. There's our target. There he is. Right, where's my post-it note? Ludy's flopped into her bed. Alright. Post-it notes, pencil. Here we go. I never finished Below Zero, though. Yes. Therein lies the critique. Right. I didn't need to. Okay, there we go. Closing in. Stand by. Down that night periscope. Up the attack periscope. Is it working? Yep, it's working. There we go. Right. There we go. Please ignore the pole sticking out of the Atlantic Ocean. There is no one here. Do I recall how far I got in Below Zero? Yes, I had finished the central mystery. I had discovered what happened to her sister. Yeah, that's it. the main central thrust of the story. I didn't really give two fucks about the rest of it. Alright. Okay, 60. Yeah, to speed up time, frankly. Come down to 1/3.
Ahead 1/3.
Here we go. Plenty of time. What sort of range? Yeah, creep closer. Yeah, just get to about 1 kilometer if we can. Get to a range where we're not going to miss. Alright. There, here comes our quarry. Right, kill the engine, please.
Yes, sir.
Target is a
Stop.
bearing 70. Turn periscope to 70. Where is it? There he is. Right, lock onto him, please. So, cargo, let's plot your course and give us a firing solution. Yeah, we weren't that far off. Okay, very good. Clear all this for a second. There we go. Shit, I've lost it. Lock on. Lock on. Okay, firing solution. Roughly 123.6. So, draw a line at 123.6. There we go. That's roughly its course. Then draw a line from the U-boat straight through it. So put it there for now, please. So that's 0. Yeah, we shoot straight ahead. That's where a torpedo goes. Then draw, pretending that we're standing on the bridge of the enemy vessel. So draw on its port side an arrow all the way to the U-boat, which gives me a degree there. So that is a shot. So we tell the torpedo to travel at 0 degrees. That's straight ahead. The angle on the bow calculation, AOB, is port 86.3. The speed will calculate now by marking its current position, starting a timer, and putting a small dot on the map on its bow. The distance that it travels in 3 minutes and 15 seconds will be its speed. Range to target is going to be roughly 1.6 kilometers. 1.6 kilometers. Lovely. Go to the torpedo calculator while the clock is running. So for those who don't know what the fuck is going on here, these torpedoes are not homing. The homing technology on torpedoes is extremely primitive in the Second World War and easily duped. So they're just dumb fire. They travel in a straight line. So 0, 0. So there's the submarine. That black line is where the torpedo is going to fly. See that? So take this, give it a range, just whatever, it doesn't matter right now, just show me the black line, and then make the black line go through 0. So when we pull the trigger, it's going to go... Damn, I wish you could get slightly more precise. There we go. So mostly going through 0. Okay, so when we pull the trigger, it's going to fly that way, but of course, the target is just going to sail straight past that solution, isn't it? So we need to fight. We need to compensate for that by entering its speed and the angle on the bow. And then note, you see that black line? It moves, look. It moves ahead of the target. So we're doing a few calculations, a bunch of quick calculations to determine where it will be. Okay. So while the clock is running, let's try to ID the target. We could just slam an impact torpedo into the side of it. But ships are designed to resist impacts from things that they could run into in the sea. Because the sea is not empty, it's full of rocks and ships and shit. So we don't necessarily just want to hit it in the side with a torpedo, because they'll just close the watertight doors and float on to the next port. We want to hit it underneath if we can. Okay. 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining. Thank you, Rye Whiskey Bravo, and Gemini, and Ludwig. Yes, Sven says go ramming speed, much easier. Indeed we could, and then we'd sink and die, because their hull is much larger than ours, because it's designed to float on the surface, and ours is to go under the water, so we do ramming speed, and it sinks us. In fact, U-boats have been rammed repeatedly by warships, or even accidentally by cargo ships. Some fucking U-boats have been lost because they've literally been run over, and fucking no one was the wiser. Lost with all hands. But conversely, yeah, it was a strategy. When a destroyer caught a U-boat, they would fucking ram it. That destroyer's going to be fine. It's back in fucking Portsmouth for a new paint job and a little bit of patchwork. Meanwhile, 50 men are dead. Oh, thank you, Sleazy Street. That's very kind of you, Sleazy. Thank you. That's a tier 3. That's very, very kind, Sleazy. Thank you. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fuck. That's not an order to the chat. Hang on. Put another marker on its bow, and there we go. So in 3 minutes and 15 seconds, it has moved between these 2 points. It has made 428 meters. That means 4 nautical knots. So she's making 4 knots. Okay, so there's our firing solution. When it crosses that threshold, that's when we pull the trigger. There we go. Right, sweet. Now, can we ID the target? Thank you, stopwatch. 4 knots. Thank you for telling me. Give it a bit of time to float a bit closer. We've got time. Here it comes. Loads of time. Can we tell what the fuck it is? What if it zigzags? Then the torpedo is probably going to miss. Okay. So, what do you reckon? Ooh, hang on. Oh, my solution is imperfect. Hang on. There we go. Is that there? Shit, fuck. Yeah, still 0. So just fix my solution first and foremost. Put that line there. Still 0. I'll just make it 0. There we go, and then pretend that we're standing on the bow of the enemy vessel. Angle on the bow calculation is 83.9. 83.9, bearing 0. Yep, it's fine. Okay, that's our firing solution. So can we ID the target? Can you actually influence the war, or is this outcome always scripted? It's always scripted, Mega. Unless Stalin, Churchill, Roosevelt, and like the fucking, I don't know, like a whole bunch of high command are just chilling on a fucking fishing yacht off the coast of Cornwall. No, we're not going to end the Second World War. Okay. So, what are we looking at? So, 2 cranes. It looks very generic. What are we looking at? So, 2 cranes. Thank you, bad luck. Thank you very much. Could be. Is it just a coastal merchant? I mean, she's got a lot of bob on her. If we find a magnetic torpedo, she might just bob over it. Could just be safer to fire an impact. Hi there, Danberg. Welcome indeed, Danberg. Yeah, I hope people like the latest episode. Thank you, Sleazy and Bad Luck, and thank you again, Rye Whiskey and Genemine. And thank you again, Sleazy, for the tier 3. Let it creep a bit closer. Da 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 da. What are we looking at? It's got a fairly large bottom. Hang on. What is that? Does this have a large bottom? No, it's almost got like a raised bit. I mean, it could be. Aha! Small cargo, maybe? Yeah, that's got a large bottom. It's a small cargo. Okay, 5.2. So it's draft, 5.2. Magnetic 5.2. There we go. So, torpedo computer. Give me torpedo tube 3. Give me... So, bearing 0 still. Yep. Bearing 0. We know that its speed is 4 knots. We know that the angle on the bow calculation is 8.3. There we go. 8.3. Stick it there. Hang on. Fuck. That's 90. Wait. 98. Right. Okay. Check. Yeah. Yeah. And magnetic, please. Medium speed, magnetic. So depth, let's make it 6 meters, shall we? Just shy. Okay. There we go. So now we just have to wait until it enters bearing 0 and pull the trigger. Flood the torpedo tube. Oh, the required station is currently unmanned. Weapons officer, where are you? You are currently sitting in the chief engineer's chair. Very good. Weapons officer, please flood the tube.
Yes, sir.
Opening torpedo tube 3. There we go. On the front of the U-boat. The tube has been flooded. The torpedo is ready. You can adjust the torpedoes back in the day inside the tube. So there's a man inside the torpedo room, and he's turning little gears and cogs and shit, adjusting the torpedo. Alright. So just wait. Speed up time. Did we recalculate the distance? No, but it's okay. The distance doesn't really factor into it. The torpedo will keep going and will stop when it runs out of its compressed air, or explode when it hits something. The distance is mainly for when you can't easily see the target and you've got to fucking time it. Sorry, let me just verify my calculations. Yep, we're good. Okay, give me the attack periscope. Okay, so follow the target. We're ready. Speed up the time. Can you play a Soviet sub in the Baltic? I don't know anything about... I doubt the Soviet Union had submarines. I'd be surprised to learn if they did. Okay. No, surely not. Surely not. Where would they launch from? Interesting. Oh, I had no idea. Right. Right, wait until it crosses this this crosshair. Speed up the time a smidge. There we go. Right. Quick double check. Torpedo, medium speed, magnetic, 5, just over 5. Lovely jubbly. Alright, and fingers crossed. Oh wow, that's way more than I expected. Holy shit. 212-ish? Yikes. But they're like rubbish. Fire now.
Torpedo in the water.
Torpedo in the water. Right, there we go. Yep, there it goes. Oh! Torpedo malfunction! Damn it! Torpedo malfunction. Okay. Fuck it. Quickly. Is it maneuvering? I don't know. We're gonna have to quickly do a very rapid recalculation. Fuck. Torpedo malfunction. Right, so very quickly. So I'm being a bit cheaty by fucking pausing it, but fuck it. Right, torpedo recalculation. What's that? That's 346, 347. 347 degrees, making 4 knots currently, I presume, unless they're taking evasive action. Angle on the bow is doobly-doobly-doo. It's, what is that? 101. 101, angle on bow. Is that correct? Yes, it is. Okay, and then distance doesn't matter. Okay, resume time, attack periscope. So 347, which is 5, 6, 7, there. Torpedo. Quickly. Give me a medium speed magnetic torpedo. Fuck it, we're going impact torpedo running 2 meters deep. Reset all dials to 0, please. Give me that so I can see it, please. Extend out the line. Put that line through 347. 347. There it is. 5, 6, 7. Check. Fuck. Fucked it up. It wasn't set to 0. 4 knots, check. Angle on bow. Fuck, that was also not set properly. 100 and what? 101? Oh, fuck. Flood tube. Make it a medium speed impact. Yep, check. It's good. Okay, opening. Tack. There we go. We're ready. Okay. What's that? Debris. Is that from the torpedo? Might be. Alright. Ready? Speed up the time a smidge. Right, don't miss this time if you please. Then again, the angle on the bow is not going to be perfect for an impact torpedo. And torpedo away. Tube 4 firing. Torpedo in the water. There he goes. For those joining the stream, I've just fired a torpedo from torpedo tube 3. It was a magnetic torpedo designed to explode when it detects something metal above the vessel. However, the magnetic triggers for Nazi Germany were, at least for the early portions of the war, absolute dog shit. That was the case for many nations. Surprisingly, one of the nations that experienced the most trouble with their magnetic torpedoes was America. So it's really not like a... Yeah, famously, the Nazis had trouble with it, but honestly, it's a very temperamental piece of technology. Anyway, through the entire Norwegian campaign, the Kriegsmarine were ordered, so the German Navy were ordered to only use magnetic triggers, causing a great deal of finger-pointing between the weapon manufacturers, the Kriegsmarine High Command, and the crews, when they didn't fucking work off the coast of Norway, because of course they wouldn't. Norway's so far north that the torpedoes weren't properly calibrated for that. Oh, we could miss. Maybe. Ooh. Don't miss. Looks good. And hit it. Yeah. Beautiful hit. Okay, much better. So, impact torpedoes, the old reliable. But again, the ship can resist damage to the sides of it, of course. That being said, that does look like a wicked hit. Oh, that was a vicious hit. Holy shit. They've got a serious fire. Is that over the engine room? Yeah, I don't think they're making it. Thank you, Murgatroyd Maxi. That's very kind, Maxi. Thank you for doing that, Murgatroyd. Thank you for the tier 2. Do any ships in the game use dazzle camo? I believe they do, yes. A quick browse of the handbook thing would show you the ones that do. Alright. Let's shadow them for a bit. Clear all the markers. Let's go in this general direction, please. Ahead standard.
Yes, sir. Ahead standard.
I can't remember which nation it was. It was either the Royal Navy or America. But with those magnetic torpedoes being so unreliable, or just torpedoes in general, they set up a test. They suspended a floating netting in the water, and fired a bunch of these torpedoes. So another problem is that, frankly, torpedoes are expensive. Torpedoes are really expensive. Yeah, they're slow to make. They're very fucking pricey. So testing them is expensive, and nobody wanted to do it. Anyway, so this one nation, was it America? I think it was America. I saw this in a YouTube video one time. They suspended a net, fired torpedoes at it at a certain depth, only to their shock to discover that the net had a hole in it all the way at the bottom. Like, deeper than any draft of any ship. No wonder they were missing. They weren't fucking keeping their depth. They were sinking. Alright. Oh yeah, they're stuffed. That's serious. That's serious damage. They're stuffed. really? Latari? Finland was the only country to have subs serve in combat operations and not lose a single one. Oh, wow. That's impressive. Right. Well, I haven't heard about that freestyle. Homing technology in torpedoes is extremely primitive right now. I seriously doubt that any US submarines will be sunk by their own torpedoes in the Second World War. Maybe. I mean, the Germans were aware of this when they deployed their sort of anti-destroyer torpedoes. But that was quite late in the war. Right. Well, I'd love to read about it. Let me know if you can find out the name of the ship that got hit. Thank you, Hockey. Oh, I see. They didn't home, they just went in a circle. Oh, really? Oh, dear. Okay, that's different. That's really bad. If it was not even intended to fucking come back on them. But yes, I've repeated the story a few times just because it's interesting. But when the Germans deployed their anti-destroyer torpedo, which would be released from the U-boat and basically track in on the closest sound target, the Royal Navy demonstrated the difficulty in designing a homing torpedo in that they simply made something called the was it called the Foxer? They simply made it so that their destroyers dragged chains behind them with a piece of tubing, and inside that piece of tubing were more tubes which would bang around and make noise. That's all you needed. The torpedoes are tracking into noise. They're just gonna chase a cheap fucking, bit of metal off the back of the ship. That's it. Your stupid expensive torpedo is now useless. Yeah, there's lots of shit like that when it comes to sort of anti-submarine or just in general warfare. Yeah, so some extremely impressive piece of technology, like the radar, you can fucking fool it by just flinging some bits of, strips of silver foil out the back of your plane. That's all you need. A dude with a box of silver foil fucks it. Just immediately your radar just doesn't know what to do. There's so many returns. Your radar-guided weapons just shit themselves. Thank you, Whimsical. Thank you very much, Whimsical. So that's famously the invention of chaff. Independently invented, apparently. Both sides, both the Allies and Nazi Germany, discovered that chaff works. And apparently both were reluctant to deploy it, because they figured that if they do, it would teach the enemy what to do. And so when it was eventually deployed, I believe by the Allies first, the Nazis thought they had a spy. They thought that it was their technology that had been stolen. But no, it was just the logical deduction from, well, how do you confuse radar? Well, lots of little fucking, highly reflective strips, essentially. All right. Alas, the sea is too choppy for a deck gun, Exile. It is really quite roiling. Yeah, they're done. They're totally done. We'll stay only to confirm the kill, then get the fuck out of here. Poor bastards. Alright. Hi there, Xenos fangirl. Hi there indeed. And thank you, Whimsical. Do you need to go back to base for food? Soon, yes. We'll go back to occupied France. I hear it's lovely this time of year. Thank you, Gnadden? Gnadden. Thank you very much, Ewan. That's very kind. It's Speed up the time. Reduce speed. Save battery power. Surprised it hasn't gone yet. Yeah, it's just almost very, very nearly done. It's chugging along. It's doing its best despite the extreme flooding. Where is it relative to us? I really hope we don't have to do a follow-up torpedo because it's going to be very tricky to line it up on that with zigzagging. Oh, there we go. We got it. It's toast. Right. So the engine's dead. It counts as a kill. There we go. The surviving crew will be desperately trying to abandon ship. Alright. So again, I mean, you see... Oh shit. Something explosive went off. Munitions? Were they... Whoa, shit! Oh, they had munitions! They were carrying weapons, ammo, something. It's not a fuel ship. Ah, good. Some of them made it. Some of them made it. Okay. Yeah, get away from there, guys. Just get out. So yeah, in this situation, if it were an option in the game, I would of course sidle up to this life raft and give them a tow. Unfortunately, though, they're off the coast of Ireland, which means, yeah, they're not far from Ireland, so they're probably going to make it, but they're probably going to end up in a prisoner of war camp. There he goes. On its way down. Oh, it's quite shallow. The back has already hit the seafloor. There it goes. Hi there, Digi. Hope you're well. Also, Digi, you left me to die in peak, you absolute bastard. Shit, yeah. Sorry, as I was saying, again, you're seeing the extreme weakness of individual ships at sea, alone, without an escort. The convoy system really was the solution to defeat the U-boat. By getting as many ships as you can in a convoy, surrounding them with military escorts and anti-submarine vessels, you could run the gauntlet, but a lone ship? Doomed. Fucking doomed. Sadly, we have fired both forward torpedoes, leaving us just with our aft torpedo in the tube. And then the reserves, which we can't access in these choppy seas. Okay. We have got numerous kills, though. Just nothing particularly sexy. Let's go. Surface the U-boat.
Yes, sir.
Head standard.
New day.
No, I've
Zero.
not played those, Mega.
Ahead standard.
Thank you again for subbing there, Digi. That's very kind of you. Also, sorry, if you'll pardon me, as we're driving the boat, I'd like to see Well, Jeb, the pickle is that the torpedoes are in the, what is it? They're outside the pressure hull. They're in the gap between the pressure hull and the outer hull, so we need to be on the surface to retrieve them. Sorry, I'm quite curious. I'm just looking at my phone. How is the peak bullshittery doing? Hang on. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm not 100% confident because I wonder if people are still paying any attention to peak like a year on. But we'll see, I guess. We'll let people enjoy it if they want to enjoy it. Right. Yes, sorry, we upgraded to a Type 7 U-boat. Take care, Infinity. Right. There we go. So the U-boat is driving past the wreck site. Can we see it if we look down? Somewhere. Not sure where, but it's somewhere. Oh look, there's the debris field. It's ahead of us. It should be on the seafloor somewhere. Oh, does the debris does the debris actually drift? Cool if so. Okay. There's our U-boat. Why did I decide to cut the Mandrake joke? Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame I couldn't include that. The reason for cutting the Mandrake joke is that it was really the only good joke in the tropics, not the tropics, in the forest biome. I couldn't find a way to organically insert that new biome. We didn't play it enough. We didn't play it enough to get enough jokes to sort of justify the runtime, having it in the runtime. Yeah, night. There was a forest biome. Roots, sorry, that was it. Roots. That was the name of it, thank you. Hang on, give the game a save before it crashes. No, look at her. Hehe. She's flopped. Right. Okay, we're pulling away. Favourite Beatle and why is it Ringo? You'll find that I'm still in my 30s. I'm not familiar with the Beatles. Alright. The Beatles, here's a bad take, but I'm gonna go with it. The Beatles, they're like Meatloaf. Or Prince, or whatever, or like fucking, it's old people music. It's the music that's playing in the car that you're forced to listen to because your parents have it on. It's old people music. Granted, not saying it's bad music, I'm just saying that it's the music that all elderly people listen to, not you. No, I'm still in my 30s, I'm not old. Fuck off. Ancient. Yes, I know, sorry, members of the chat who are regular watchers, I'm turning 40 soon, but not yet. Not yet. There's still time. Alright. Okay, so let's drive, yeah, we'll drive in this general direction. Frankly, I need to think about getting back to occupied France. I mean, we've got plenty of fuel, but it's really a question of the torpedoes. Hello. Oh, hello. Ship spotted. What are we dealing with? Ooh, hello. What sort of ship? Okay. Hang on. How's the weather? Still pretty awful.
Ship spotted. Bearing.
Give me the night periscope, please. It's slightly brighter. So our spotters have spotted a ship. Bearing pretty much ahead of us. Ooh, hello. What are you? A tanker? Fuck off! Is it a big one? Ooh, that's a juicy target. We do have an aft torpedo tube. Just the one, though. It's got to be a good shot. Alright. Yeah, okay. I've been all the time going, oh, I need a decent target. A tanker is that. Alright. Why are they all alone? Why aren't they in the convoys? So 113. I'm not complaining. 113. That's its likely course. Get into its path. Lay in wait. Have to turn the U-boat around, of course. Thank you, Mary Magdalene. That's very kind of you, Mary. Thank you. What's the range to target? So about 14 kilometers. Right.
Yes, sir. Ahead full.
Let's go ahead full. Thank you for saying so, Chicken Wing. Thank you. Yeah, I'm happy that people like it. Once again, thank you for your patience, everybody, especially to my patrons and Twitch subscribers who put food on my table while I'm faffing around with the editing bullshit. I maintain the position that editing is not overly difficult. It's not something that, generally speaking, editing isn't that tricky. Whatever it is you want to do, there's probably like 24 tutorials on how to do it. But editing is just time-consuming. It feels like a huge lie. Everything that looks small and easy to do takes longer than you think it's going to take. So it's really just a question of patience. Do you have the patience to get it right? Alright.
Ship spotted.
Hello. Why? A small patrol craft ahead of the tanker. I suppose it makes sense. Watch out for him, though. Okay, we should probably submerge. Yeah, let's get underwater.
Yes, sir. Periscope depth.
Take us down to periscope depth. Right. Oh, really, Mary? You got to notice there was a new bullshittery. You ended up watching the battle for Honeypot Hill. Yeah, hopefully you liked it. It was a bit crazy. Right. Not really PLS, no. How many people were aboard these sorts of submarines? Only a few dozen. Well, there's only like 40, 50 people or so. Life aboard a U-boat was pretty fucking miserable. You were crammed in, cramped conditions, yeah, very claustrophobic. Sort of hygiene kind of quickly went out the window. It stank, absolutely reeked. You were, yeah, basically hot bunking with a bunch of other guys. So the whole sort of stereotypical submariner look of the big beards was a practical reason behind that, because, you know, where are you supposed to be? Like, you can't just have like a shower for as long as you want. Yeah, limited supplies, limited time, men living on top of other men. They were issued lots of cologne, lots of perfume cologne, but most of the men just went fuck it, and they just kept it to give away as gifts when they got to shore. Also, the survival rate for the U-boat crews was awful, really quite upsetting. Towards the end of the war, it was, yeah, so many men. Like, what was the stat in the end? Was it 100,000 deaths for the Battle of the Atlantic? Not all of those were, yeah, most of those were merchant marines, merchantmen though, but yeah, it's awful. 30,000? 30 to 40,000 submariners. Yep, young men thrown into the war. I suppose, you know, it's an awful way to die. It's an awful, like, at sea. It's really, really a bad way to die. I couldn't, yeah, I'd be fucking terrified to fucking serve on a ship. Awful way to go. Thank you, Noyagi. What, that because of the Enigma got cracked or improved technology? Bit of column A, bit of column B. In short, the Battle of the Atlantic was an attempt to Essentially, the U-boats were trying to starve Fortress Britain by attacking the supply ships. However, the anti-submarine technology rapidly ran far ahead of what diesel-powered U-boats were capable of doing. The gap between the diesel-powered U-boat, this thing here, and the next U-boat technology would be nuclear power, nuclear submarines. It's too far away. It's too far away. Thank you for the raid there, Q. Q, we're just talking about the casualty rates in the of the submariners in the Second World War. But yeah, they were sort of stuck at this crossroads, this confluence of technology. The rise of the sonar, known as ASDIC, the use of depth charges, and eventually the Hedgehog anti-submarine explosives. The use of especially aircraft and centimetric radar, which is a miniaturized type of radar that you can mount onto aircraft, really meant that for a type of submarine which is very vulnerable when it's sitting on the surface, spending most of its time on the surface, yeah, they very quickly became the prey in a game of cat and mouse. Okay. There's our target. Tanker closing. It looks, yeah, it's a juicy target. Alright. Yeah, let it creep closer. What's that behind it? Is that it's the same smokestack, or has it got something behind it? Yep, the breaking of the Enigma codes were a huge fucking problem for them, because it meant that we knew where their wolf packs were. But truth be told, that mostly meant that we just drove around them. But of course, yeah, it wasn't like a one-size-fits-all. My point is, it wasn't like like we spotted the U-boats because of just Enigma. If anything, we spotted the U-boats because planes and centimetric radar. I mean, think about it. If you're on a plane, like if you're in a Liberator bomber, and you've got a guy working a radar, and you're flying at night, and you see a blip, you fly towards it, and the only thing it could be, there's nothing else. There's no friendly ships out there. There's nothing. The only thing it could be is a U-boat. So you dive towards it, slap on the searchlights called ley lights. It's lit up like a Christmas tree. You fucking open fire with rockets, with machine guns, with bombs, whatever you've got. They're all dead. No survivors. Thank you, Killer. Thank you very much there, Killer. Yeah, it's a fascinating campaign in the Second World War. Haunting, frankly. Alright. Okay, so let it creep closer. How close are we going to get? That's the question. They do have a patrol boat, so let's not get cocky. They're not defenseless. Granted, the patrol boat's not exactly going to probably won't sink us, but it will force us underwater and make it difficult for us. So, let's get to round about here, shall we? Then spin the U-boat around. So let's go. Yeah, that's what I'm worried. Yeah, don't get spotted. How far are they? 4 kilometers and closing. Here we go. So bring the U-boat around, then we'll plot our firing solution. Right, there's my post-it notes. Here they are. Alright, here we go. Sorry, for those joining the stream, my U-boat off the coast of Ireland, we've encountered a tanker. We've fired most of our torpedoes. We do have some spare ones, but they're currently sitting in a sort of... Hang on. So there's a gap between the pressure hull and the external hull. The torpedoes are stored there, but we can't access them until we get calm seas and we're on the surface. It's an operation that's probably going to take like a good couple of hours to complete. So not ideal. Right, give me the night periscope and drop it down. Thank you, Pal Tilt. Thank you very much there, Pal Tilt. There we go. Give me the attack periscope. It's already up. Lovely. Alright, we'll try and ID the tanker. So with only one torpedo left, a magnetic torpedo is the easy choice. There you are. How big are you? Said the nun to the bishop. Right. There we go. Hope you liked it, Pal Tilt. Yeah, once again, thank you for your patience, everyone, when it comes to the editing. I do realise that I take the piss a lot, but thank you. Right. Very good. Please cut the engine.
Yes, sir.
Rudder
Stop.
amidship, please. There we go.
Degrees to starboard.
The submarine now lies in wait ahead of the target. Alright. Okay. So I know, obviously, for a video game, that looks stupid obvious, but that is your attack periscope, right? Okay. Now try spotting it from here. Good luck with that. Right. And he's all the way over there. So, Jesus. No, don't go to... Let's spoil it. Alright. Where is he? Hang on, yeah, it's backwards, so I'm not looking. I'm trying to look on 90 degrees, going, oh, where is he? There he is. He's on 250. So I see two cranes, maybe. Small freighter, merchant, tramp steamer, ammunition ship, cam freighter, coal freighter, commerce raider. What the hell is that? Dithmarschen, Proteus class collier, steamer, coal barge, coastal cargo. Coastal tanker. No, that only has one front crane. Fishing boat. Large tugboat. Have I gone past it? Small fishing boats. Tugboat. Attack transport. Converted troop ship. Hospital ship. Large passenger. Auxiliary tanker. Nope, it definitely has two front whatsits. Crude oil tanker. 190 meters long. That doesn't look like 190 meters. Fleet tanker? Maybe put a pin in that. Large oil tanker. Maybe. Do you have a crane? Large tanker. Aha, you look more like it. 1, 2. Are you a medium tanker? Fucking waves. Fucking shit. Medium tanker. 1, 2. Yeah. What's going on here? Here and here. You might be medium tanker. Let's figure out your speed. Lock onto you, please. Give me a stopwatch. Start time. Lock onto its bow. Right. Okay. So, that's from the back of the U-boat. Rudder amidship. Draw a line, please. As 90 degrees as we can make it. That's our targeting solution. That line goes through 186 degrees. 186 degrees. Speed we're figuring out. Angle on the bow calculation. Again, for those who are joining not sure what the fuck is going on, we're plotting the course of a torpedo, trying to figure out its course and speed to fire ahead to basically intercept it. So pretend we're standing on the ship. We look out to port at the U-boat. Angle on the bow is 87.6 port. 87.6 degrees angle on bow to port. Speed working on. Distance to target doesn't matter, but nevertheless we'll figure it out. About 1.2 kilometers. Right. Okay. So I would like to fire. Yeah. So where's my torpedo? Yeah. Give me the targeting computer. So tube 5, 0 on all dials, please. Zoom out. Right, if this magnetic torpedo fails, we've fucked it because we don't have any more. What the hell am I? Oh, wait. There we go. Backwards. Fire it backwards. Okay, so 186. Where is it? I'm turning my head. Oh. Ah. I did it. Accidentally, I did it. There we go. 0, 0. Nope, I didn't do it. No, we're good. 186. Right, flood the tube, please. We can manipulate the torpedo. All right. Speed, please. Here we go. That's 2 minutes. So 1 more minute and 15 seconds. Right. So let's have a closer look. Coastal Merchant, Cyclops, Empire type. No, it's got to be. Hang on. Coastal Merchant. No, it's not a T2 tanker. It's got to be a medium tanker. Look, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, it's got to be. It's a medium tanker. Okay, so that means it's draft. So the depth under the waterline is 5.5 meters. So draft. Okay. So fire at 6 meters. Ish. Here we go. 15 seconds. There we go. Right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark. Now draw a line. The distance that it's traveled in 3 minutes and 15 seconds tells me. So it's made 100. What's that? It's made 1.1 kilometer. 11 knots. It's making 11 knots. It's hauling ass. 11 knots. Okay. So that all goes into the torpedo computer. Very good. That's one speedy tanker. It is. So that's just verify. Yep, that's correct. So now, if we pull the trigger, it flies this way. But by entering this calculation, here we go. 87.6 port. Speed, watch the line. You ready? 11 knots ahead. So the torpedo flies in that direction. Distance to target. Again, it doesn't matter, but I'll do it anyway. 1.12. Tubes are flooded and we're ready to fire. There we go. Oh, sorry, don't forget the magnetic setting. Thank you, clock. Thank you. Move out of the way. So, slow moving, magnetic. So, its draft under the waterline is 5.5 meters. Drop it at 6, maybe just a little bit more, 6 point something. Okay. All right. Now we wait. We wait and we watch it carefully for it to cross the firing solution. And then we hit it. Alright. Hang on. Can I just unlock it? There we go. So, sorry, 186. Where's 186? Here it is. 186. When it crosses that line, that's when we shoot. Speed up time. Creeps along. Watch out for the patrol vessel. It hasn't seen us. We're good. Yep. Everything should be okay. Alright, here we go, everyone. Tubes flooded. Thank you, Tin Star. Thank you very much. So she's got quite a lot of bob on her, but I'm hoping that being a heavier ship, we'll be able to get it. So there we go. 186. There. So when it crosses that line, we pull the trigger. Okay, again, speaking to the people joining the stream who don't know what's going on, we've lined up a torpedo. We fire it here. That's where we've lined it up. But of course, by entering those calculations into the torpedo, it's actually going to go over here on purpose. It might seem like a silly way of shooting, but frankly, at sea, ships are traveling generally obviously they zigzag from time to time, but that's inefficient. So for the most part, you're traveling in a straight line. So if you fire a torpedo in their path and it intercepts them, as in you've got a fairly strong chance of intercepting them. Pretty much certain if they don't change their course and speed. So torpedoes were a viciously effective weapon. And fuck, even if you spot the torpedo, you fucking huge amount of metal moving at speed through the... You don't have a brake. Stand by. What's the date? August 25th, I believe, 1940. And... torpedo away. Tube 5. Fire. Here we go. There's the back of the front of the U-boat. So the back of the U-boat. Please don't fail. Magnetic trigger. So right now, the torpedo it will detonate if it detects something big and metal above the torpedo. What it's trying to do is create a massive explosive blast beneath the keel of the ship, breaking its back. In an ideal circumstance, the front and back of the ship will remain buoyant in the water, whereas in the middle, not only is a sudden massive jet of fucking explosive force and water going straight up, but a large void appears, forcing the weight of the ship downwards, potentially destroying it, breaking the back of the ship. A fucking cool, like, weapon idea, I suppose. So, here we go. Let's see how I did with my calculations. If we missed, then that's all she wrote, I'm afraid. So there's the gas bubble. Yeah, maybe. Looks okay. Maybe. But rough seas, I mean, the ship is bouncing up and down. If it suddenly lurches down in the water, and suddenly the draft is no longer 5.5, the torpedo could just bounce off the side. If the waves lift it up, clear of the trigger, then that's just shit luck. How are we doing? Oh, it's looking pretty good. I'm feeling good about this. Just magnetic, pal, right? Just magnetic. Oh, here we go. Fingers crossed, everyone. Here we go, go. Ooh. Get underneath it, get underneath it. Get underneath it, and... yes! Wonderful! Another possible engine room hit, maybe. Another vicious hit. Thank you, Carl. Okay, there was another strong hit on a very good target. Tankers, fuel coming in from probably Canada in this case. I'm guessing this ship probably came from Halifax. That was a damn good hit. It's patrol escort, bringing it into wherever it's going. Probably circling back in a minute to try and hunt down where that U-boat shot came from. Torpedo shot, the torpedo shot even. Rudder fell off. Ah. Oh, yeah, dead engine. Holy shit. Okay. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Just in case, let's... nah, we should be fine. Head slow.
Yes, sir. Head slow.
Bring us close up. Come around. Alright. Good, good. Just going to give it a save. Dog. Give it a proper save. La-di-da-di-da. There we go. Right. Yes, basically, Murgatroyd. Yeah. That would be a good comparison. Like an old-timey equivalent to a javelin missile. Something that's designed to hit the target where there's very little armor to protect it. Because when you build a large ship, you're not really planning to sail it against magnetic mines and shit. It's designed in such a way that if it rams something, the ship can resist it. If it has a breach, if there's a side breach, hits rocks or whatever, seal watertight doors and the ship can limp to port. Few ships armor this bit. The keel? Keel, I guess you call that? Right. Doesn't seem to be sinking. Give it time. Let the flooding take hold. There's its escort somewhere. Here we go. Give it time. Yeah, here comes the escort. Oh shit. Yeah, it knows exactly where we are because of the gas torpedo. Lower that attack periscope. Yeah, we basically drew a great big line straight towards our current location. Take us down to around 45 meters.
New depth. 5.
Ahead 1/3.
Ahead 1/3.
Let's not risk it, just in case it has a torpedo or something. There it is. Look, it's coming straight towards us. Oh, it does. It's got torpedoes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, take us down. Take us down. Take us down. Underwater, please. Okay. Yes, indeed. Torpedo boats. Nasty fucking things. Hence the creation of the torpedo boat destroyer, commonly just called the destroyer. You need a dedicated ship to keep those little fuckers away from your big, expensive dreadnoughts back in the day.
2-0.
Otherwise, you're going to have a Strait of Tsushima incident. Where is he? There he is. That being said, I've never seen a torpedo fire from one of these.
Current depth 3-0.
Well, not incident, battle. Sorry, newbie. Battle of Tsushima Strait. Wasn't an incident. Was the Imperial Navy of Japan faced off against fucking the Russian Navy. What year was that? Sorry. And they got absolutely fucking annihilated. The Russians got didn't like 3 ships make it back, or something like insane. 1905. It wasn't merely due to the superior... Well, it was. The gunnery of the Japanese was superb, but also they had torpedo boats. They had a shit ton of torpedo boats. They lost a few of them, but for the damage that they did...
Current depth 5-0.
Okay. Yeah, and the Russian fleet was shit by the time they arrived. Poorly trained and poorly led. Alright. With that being said, you know, shouldn't discredit the victory that it was. It was a very impressive victory. Where the fuck? He's on top of me. I can hear him. Where is he there? There he is. He's circling. He knows I'm down here. But he has no anti... There I am, look. He has no dedicated, like, depth charges or sonar. So we're creeping away under here. How's our quarry? That looks pretty fucking severe. Yeah, they're done. Okay. So creep a bit closer. I'll wrap up the stream momentarily, folks, because it's already about 10:30. But I just want to confirm that we get this sunk. Hello? Oh, that was quick. Jesus, hang on. Damn it, I sped up the time and it just immediately went under. Holy crap. Holy crap. It capsized immediately and went down. Oh, yep. Ah, good. Same story as before. Some crew made it to the lifeboats. The patrol boat will pick them up. Yeah, poor dudes. They're gonna make it though. Most of them will. Hi there, boy Summer. Hi there indeed. Okay, good. We are almost all out of torpedoes. We've got our external reserves, but nothing else. We shall float there for a while longer. Right. Anyway, well, thank you for watching, everyone. I'm going to leave it there for this evening. Once again, I posted that bullshittery live. I hope you like it. It's peak bullshittery. Once again, thank you for your patience. I'll start the next I'll start the next editing for a video soon, but I really need a break. I'm going to take a bit of a break for a few days, relax, probably go fishing, probably watch porn, probably drink beer, and yeah, just generally just try to chill and not be so stressed. That's the plan. There's a whole bunch of repairs that I want to perform on this bungalow as well. So, yeah. Like gutters and stuff. Yeah. Right. You'll see me stream. I'll be around as per usual. Okay. Right. As for our U-boat, we escape. Right. So, thank you again. Again, the game that I'm playing is linked below, so the download link is below, so the mod pack, and I believe all the game files are in there anyway, so yay, just download it, open it, play it, have fun. Right. Hang on. Go here, save game, come back to this later. There we go. Right. Thank you, Boyka, thank you, Bernie, thank you, Tinstar and Impending Bacon. That is Lulu, for those who don't know. She is going to get some cuddles now. We're going to go flop on the sofa, and I'm going to give her a good snuggle and probably drink a beer or something. Right. Are any of my clanmates playing? Let's have a look. Are any of my clanmates playing? No, none of my clanmates are playing, but do you know who is playing? I'll hand you over to, so once again, I'll hand you over to Starlight, the guy who gave me the missiles in Rust. He's currently playing, what's he playing? I don't know what this is. I'll let him... Oh, I'm dying. I'll let him explain. Right. So this is Starlight from Rust, the guy who gave me the missiles and let the Battle of Honeypot Hill happen. Have a lovely evening, everyone. See you again tomorrow.